Here we go. Hey there, Heather, ho there, Chef Cutter Diamond. Welcome you to final run coverage of the Shinnecock tournament for the Early60s tour in 2024. So the winner of this tournament will join other people to win competitions. As soon as I get my thingamabobby, there we go. So who will join? Leo Daigle, Arnold Palmer, Bob Ferguson, James Braid, Johnny Farrell, Stuart Gardner, Kermit Starling, Don Jannery, and Jack Burke in the winner's circle and get a trip to Augusta automatically for the year-end tournament. Or, quite honestly, who will join Young Tom Morris, Ralph Godell, Bobby Jones, Sandy Hurd, Art Wall, Mike Suchuk, Jerry Travers, and Aubrey Boomer as runner-up and get a second chance tournament appearance in December. Now, as it stands, Arnold Palmer does have a 3-stroke lead. The only problem is Palmer has won a tournament already. So Palmer wins, yeah, he gets the money. He doesn't get the trip to Augusta because he's already got a trip to Augusta. He will not be competing in the November tournament or the December tournament because he's won 2 events. Young Tom Morris, if he stays in second place, would then win the trip to Augusta, taking away his second place prize, and then that makes the runner-up cup one less person. Gary Player, Willie Smith, and Max Smith would be fighting tooth and nail for that second place finish to get to the second chance tournament, if that happens. Of course, we could see some very fantastic movements. So we're at Shinnecock, final tournament for October/November, and then everyone will play November tournaments. There'll be two of the 4 will be playing by major rules. That means top 40 and ties. Peter Ellis, a triple bogey, yikes. Trying to do better than his father, Percy Ellis. So yeah, so you got 2 tournaments playing majors as in top 40 and ties for the weekend, and the other 2 doing top 70 and ties and all that. And of course, December, everyone plays match play for a trip to Augusta. Dwayne Mart's birdie's on 2, so he's at 7 under par. But he bogeys. A lot of people are like, don't let this Dwayne Mart's guy win. Like, birdie's on 5, so, okay. All right. The winds are now dipping down to light, which is actually decent. All right, so Young Tom Moore is at 9 under par. Arnold Palmer 3 strokes ahead. This has to play safe and play a few good holes, and you should be okay. Young Tom will put it in there as well. Up shots for both. Palmer. Bugga. Young Tom. Some luck. Oh boy. Young Tom. Well, that's a par for 20 feet for par. Oh, that's right here. On the par by Young Tom Morris. Bobby Nichols. 4 straight birdies, so he's making a roll. Dwayne Mart's bogeys to go to -6, so he's out of the top 10. Phil Rogers coming out of friggin' nowhere to be at 10 under par through 14 holes. So Phil Rogers. Palmer, well, he's going to have a lengthy putt, 68 feet. Young Tom Morris. It's kind of weird with the Sundays thing that they'll show how many feet it is instead of like how many yards. Both of them will definitely lag. Smart move for both men. Young pars and Palmer pars. Wayne Mart's birdie's on 8, so he's been off and on. Palmer's still 2 ahead of Rogers. Lead off on 3, not bad. Nice job there. Palmer. Up and over. Yeah. All right. Kind of pitch. Palmer comes apart. Young Tom decides to lag it. That's not a bad idea. For par. Young Tom for par. Donuts. That's a big loss of that one. And Rogers is now at 11 under par. Palmer on the 4th. Trying to do something here. You really need to do that. Right. And Young Tom lying to the right. It doesn't mean that Young Tom, if he doesn't get top 2, will lose his second place finish, because That's worst case scenario is he'll play in that second chance tournament. Oh! I think he wanted that for birdie. Ooh, that's a shot. So Palmer puts it pretty. Bobby Nichols, he goes to -8. He's been on fire today. Trey Marks bogeys to -6. So yeah, I don't think he's gonna win. Rogers -11 through 17. That would kind of give Palmer what he needs to do because obviously Rogers will be done. So that means that he can't be worse than 11 under par or something. Think what Rogers does on a 6th shot. This is a par 5, so if you can get it 2 like Tom does, that's great. Palmer. Oh my! Oh, he caught. How the frig did he do that? Well, young Tom for eagle. Misses. He'll have an Palmer 5 feet for eagle. Who's gonna get it? So Palmer, which is pretty good. Young Tom will get a birdie out of it. Phil Rogers, a 5 under back 9, -8 today, -11. So that's the score to beat. Bobby Nichols will soon be coming in. But that score is huge because if Palmer, well, that's a mistake there. If Palmer can play decent golf for the rest of the round, he'll win. He'll get the money, but he won't get the trip to Augusta. Oh, gosh. That was a brutal mistake. First big mistake of the day. Is that going to be... I wonder if Palmer will tank. You're not allowed to tank, because if you try to tank, then you get disqualified for the season. That's what I've been told. Flips it. For bogey. No big deal. No big deal. Bobby Nichols, a 6 under back 9. He goes to -8. That is not going to help anything. Palmer up and overshoots the flag stick, but at least he's still on the green. Morris. Unlike Mr. Young Tom Morris. For birdie. Par? Very players got 11 under par too, so we'll see what happens. Birdie. For par. Great player notes goes to -12. On a 9. Par. Over for par. Ooh, that's a mistake. And now Palmer's flipped out a little bit. Let's look at the scorecards. Palmer has had 2 birdie, well, birdie and eagle and 2 bogeys. John Tom Morris has had a birdie and 4 bogeys. The leaderboard, Palmer at 13 under par, but Gary Player is coming back, -12. Rogers ends at 11 under par. Nichols is 8 under par. There are chances to get double digits, but I'm not so sure. So Gary Player's trying to win Palmer. Actually, I don't know if Palmer will try to win. birdie. No. Another 10 for Palmer. We needed that. Mark's birdies goes to -8. No big deal. He's still top 10. Palmer, player is 12 under through 12. Palmer up and over. Oh. Actually, it wouldn't be that big of a loss for Palmer. He only loses 2 tournaments. Like Kerry Middlecoff won 2 tournaments in the first 3 months of the year, and he's been disqualified for 9 tournaments because, you know, the 2-win rule. Nice job by Young Tom on that one for par. Both at pars, player 30, so now he's tied for first. That's not good news for Rogers, though, because he was hoping that Palmer wins and then he would be the runner-up, which means that Rogers would get that spot to Augusta automatically. I don't know if Phil Rogers is a 60s golfer or 2000s, I mean, early golfer, because it does actually determine a little bit of setting. Palmer is going to lag for birdie. 58 feet. He doesn't like it. I got an idea. Palmer's for par. So much. Player par is 14. Here's Palmer. Morris. Ooh, the wind is a little off. Palmer, nicely done. Easy peasy. 4 feet. And Young Tom is going to putt for birdie. He's at -5, so why not? Oh, happy with you. Just a -6. Palmer for birdie. He's got the lead back. I think the competitive of the Palmer is huge. Player pars, so Palmer up by 1 with 2. Well, players done 15. And Palmer into the bunker. Young Tom, nice again. Nice. Up and over. Young Tom. Oh, yeah, absolutely fantastic. Palmer trying to get close to the pin. Okay. For par. Overshoots. Young Tom for birdie. How do you put that in? The bogey's like Palmer, and now player 30's on 16. He's got the lead. Everything's now normal. It's all normal. Dwayne March finishes at 8 under par, so he's definitely not going to do that well. Young Tom to the right, and he's moving up. Palmer. Morris. Arnold Palmer. Okay. For birdie. Overshoots. Palmer 12 feet for birdie. Yeah. Couldn't do it. Roll par. Roll pars. I'm at 16. One Tom does that. Palmer, not bad on that remark. Second shot. It is a par 5, so we'll land in the bunker. Young Tom almost got to the green and 2. Palmer, unfortunately, we have a 22-foot birdie putt. That's not an ideal number for him. But that's all we're taking Palmer for you. Young Tom for birdie. He puts it down. That player 30's at 18, a big one. Palmer 14 under par. So I think it's down to 2. Youngtown Morris, bunker. Palmer needs to stay clean. Yes, he does. And he's got a 16-foot shot to put things in his book. There's a 1 in 4 chance. Oh! That may have cost him the tournament. So let's give you the details. Youngtown Morris can birdie to tie for 5th. Joey Martz would be 5th. So we know players in the lead. Phil Rogers would be 2nd. So like Beard and Nichols and Martz can't do anything but it. So the situation is this: if Palmer birdies, well, if he eagles, it'll be 1 for their ages. But if he birdies, he will go to a tie break with Gary Player. If Palmer does not get a par, After I get a birdie, then Gary Player will win the tournament. And we'll get that spot at Augusta. But Palmer cannot finish second because he's already won a tournament. Palmer can't finish second. So that would mean Phil Rogers would have second place. And that's good for Rogers because a runner-up tournament, you have a 50-50 chance at a runner-up spot as a wild card. So yeah, Gary Player needs Palmer not to birdie. Long Tom does that. And then he's the pin. Palmer with 216 left. He's going to need a long shot. And nice shot. 17 feet. He's got an angle. And he's 23 feet away for birdie. Misses. He'll clean up for par. Now, Palmer's got an 8 out of 36 chance, a 4 out of 18 chance. So 2 out of 9 chance, 22%. He has a 22% chance to make this in. If he makes it in, he ties and will go to a playoff with Player. If he misses, then Gary Player wins. Phil Rogers will have that second place finish because Palmer can't finish second. So Gary Player needs Palmer to miss. Here we go. For 17 feet. No! He missed. Palmer did okay. He had a 2 under par, but Gary Player was just that damn good. A 63 for Gary Player, and he survives by 1 stroke. Dwayne Martz will tie for 5th. That's not half bad. So Gary Player, by just the skin of his teeth, wins. Phil Rogers will take second because, as I said, Arnold Palmer cannot take second because he's already got a first place. But what a job by Phil Rogers at 8 under 62. -4 +1 even. 8 under par, 8 birdies, no bogeys. So Phil Rogers with a crew cut. Nice job by Rogers. And I think he is. Well, I have to take a look and see what decade he's from. I think he's from the 60s. Phil Rogers. Who competed in 1938 as a golfer. So yeah, so that means he's from the 1960s. Of course, he was born in 1938. So Phil Rogers, second. Gary Player, a 7 under 63, right on the nose. 4 under, 2 under, 2 under, but a 7 under par, include 7 birdies, no bogeys. He had a flat-out good match. And Palmer was below par, but Player had a 7 under par, 63. A few missed putts by Palmer cost him dearly. So Palmer had 3 bogeys. I don't know which bogey was worse. I think on 9 was the worst. But yeah, Palmer missed by a stroke. But actually it works out because Palmer can compete next week at the country club. He just can't compete in December because he's already won a tournament. Gary Player does his job. The South African does his job. Arnold Palmer second. Phil Rogers third. Frank Beard fourth. Bobby Nichols and Dwayne Martz tied for 5th with Max Smith and Willie Smith. So not a bad day for everyone, but Gary Player sneaks in. And now we got to set up for next week at Shinnecock. Just kidding. This will be just November 2024. T for D Country Club. Thank you. Nobody is excluded. The top. It will be top 70 in ties for the weekend at the CC. So November 2024. Just make sure that the options are fuel around are up. Also make sure that the horizontal display is off because we are going to do it Thursday. Make sure Dwayne Martz is being tracked. And Gary Player is what, 10? Player is in group number 41. So Player will be late in the first round with Ford, not the politician, and George Bayer. Okay. So Gary Player with Ford and Bayer. And Phil Rogers is in group number 19. Rogers, his group will be with Farrell and Sarley, who both won a tournament already. So Rogers will be in elite company. You got Farrell and Sarley going to Augusta anyhow. So yeah, we're at the country club, and we'll keep an eye on Gary Player's first round next time. Anyhow, I'm Jeff Diamond.